Hello! All right, great to be here tonight. Wearing this shirt. My girlfriend bought me this shirt. I think she wanted to ensure that no woman in the world would want to hit on me when she bought this shirt for me. Yeah. My girlfriend and I are at that stage in our relationship now where she looks at my penis the same way a kid looks at snow, waiting to hear if school's going to be closed. The fewer the inches, the greater the disappointment. I just turned 36 this year, and I already know that when that expression, you know, another year older, another year wiser, is bullshit. Another year older, that's one more second you have to stand at the urinal shaking yourself so you don't dribble on your pants. That's hitting really close to home for a lot of you guys right now, isn't it? It's like, that's just supposed to be a joke. You're telling me that actually happens? Thanks. Is that why old people retire? Because that's all they do all day is just pee and shake themselves out? All right, cool. Thank you. You really made me feel better tonight. But no, being up here, I'm working with a lot of New York comics, and a lot of New York comics are talking about how tough New York is. And I'm from Maryland. I was born in Maryland, raised in Maryland. I've lived in Maryland my entire life. Maryland is a really tough state. Tell you how tough we are. Our official state flower is the black-eyed Susan. You know you're from a really tough state when your official state flower sounds like the nickname of a domestic violence victim. Read an article where Stephen Hawking, the physicist, it was reported that when he died, he was reportedly worth $20 million. $20 million. Imagine how much more he would have been worth if he had all his working parts. If you're groaning at that one, buckle the fuck in, because all the lighthearted shit goes in the beginning, all right? $20 million, not a bad gig for a guy who just sat around in his ass all day. I'm really glad that you came out here tonight, because a lot of people are worried about going to comedy shows now since Trump got in office, because they're worried a lot of comics are going to start Trump bashing. So I want to go ahead and say something positive about Donald Trump. And that is, for a grandfather in his 70s, he's great at using Twitter. A lot of people say, oh, Trump shouldn't have won, Hillary Clinton should have won the election, she was more qualified, she was a first lady, she was a U.S. senator, she was Secretary of State, she was respected all over the world. That's not necessarily the case. Ted Kaczynski was great at wrapping presents. You just didn't want him to get your name in the annual Christmas gift exchange. So I like expressions. One of my favorite expressions of all time is, if it has tits or tires, it's going to give you trouble. That's why I will never date a woman in a wheelchair. And you'd think women in wheelchairs would get offended by that, but they don't. They don't. Because they're more relieved when they find out I won't date them. No bullshit, I told that joke during a show, and someone in a wheelchair who was right up front wheeled himself out of the showroom. Afterwards, the club manager came up to me and said, why did you tell that wheelchair joke? That guy in that wheelchair was so offended that he left. He's like, did anybody else leave? He said, no. I said, well, at least I didn't walk anybody. Now, you know who I really feel bad for? I feel bad for Stevie Wonder. Because as great a singer as he is, he could never pull off a cover of Amazing Grace. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now... Shit! They say if you see a mother and a daughter walking down the street, you can tell what the daughter's going to look like in about 20 or 30 years by looking at the mother. You've heard that expression, right? Whenever I look at a mother and a daughter, I always imagine that I'm looking at the before and after pictures for an ad for wrinkle cream. Well, let's say the daughter's by herself, right? If she's not with the mother, you can still tell what the daughter's going to look like in about 20 or 30 years' time, provided she's a burn victim. I did that joke with a burn victim sitting right up front, and he found that hilarious. Or annoying or offensive, I don't know. It was difficult to gauge the expression on his face. That's my time. Connecticut, it's been a pleasure spending time with you. My name is Tom Myers. Enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you.